Hi, my name is Olivia, and I had a few people request that I film a quick tutorial or explain a little bit more into depth on how I do certain things with my green screen. And these are all things that I have done already and continue to do in my online sessions. So I'm really excited to show you. So in this part of the video, I'm going to show you how I'm able to transition from slide to slide so quickly, and also how I run some of my sequential slide backgrounds. So I personally use Zoom, so that's what I'll be demonstrating today. So on the Zoom call, when you click this button and you choose virtual background, your settings window will open. And I always have this next to my screen when I am running green screen with my learner. They won't be able to see the settings window because you aren't screen sharing at this point. So I have all my backgrounds here, and it's great because I can see everything. I can scroll up and down and look for whichever I want and prepare it for the next activity if I already have an idea of what I want to do. So, for an example, I have learners that like to just transition from slide to slide and they feel like they're just magically being transported. So, if right now we're just at the beach and my learner says, I want to go to the playground. I'll say, okay, ready, set, and then I have my finger here and then I go, and then I can click it right away. We're at the playground now. Oh, I want to go on a boat. Okay, ready, set, go. I'm on a boat now. So that's sort of how I run that. So I have the settings window open, I'm able to see everything, and I can just click whichever background that I would like to go to. So, and then the next one is sequential slides, and that's really fun. So I will demonstrate. So this is one that I've made that sort of goes along with the whole bear hunt song, if you know of it. I have some learners that really like it, and it also gets them to move their body a bit, which is something that I try to work on because they're just sitting there, right, during most of the session. So we would pretend we're going on a bear hunt, and then we say, oh no, there's some tall green grass. So as you can see, I have a bunch of slides here, and they all look very similar, but once I click next, it seems like one's disappearing. So I usually tell my learner, like, oh, help me push. 1, 2, 3, push. Oh, you did it. So that looks really cool to them. And it's just sequential slides. It's actually not very hard. And they go, ready, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, you did it. So that's how that is run. So that's how I would run my sequential slides. You need to make sure that you upload them in order. That will make everything way easier for you in the moment when you're trying to run this, because also all I'm doing is just clicking the next arrow on my laptop. You could also click it, of course, but the next arrow is just so much easier. Another one I could do is this one where it's an open door activity that I've also made. And so maybe we can pretend someone's at the door. Who's at the door? And then they say, let's open the door. So I would pretend to put my hand on the door and I would go, ready. Who's it? Ready, set, go. Look, Itha. And maybe we just happen to be working with community helpers. It could be anyone, of course, but this is just the example I'm showing you. So that's a fun one. And then you might say, oh, it's time to go home. Let's close the door. Ready, set, go. We close the door. So that I just went back one slide, right? But to the learner, it looks like I'm closing the door. So that's how I run my sessions, by just having the settings window open. So I also want to show you guys what my green screen looks like behind all of this magic. So this is what a green screen might look like with something on it. And then once I take it off, I go to choose virtual backgrounds and I click none. This is really what is my reality. So I have a green screen, and I personally just have a dollar store plastic green cloth that's worked really well for me, but there's lots of different options. But so this is my green screen. I have my green screen here, and I have my various pockets. So I kind of have them set in different places for different activities, and I sort of rotate the same ones that seem to be most successful. So it's nice because then I don't really have to move these pockets so much to make sure that I'm aligning with, the shark's mouth or where the bowl is. I don't really need to move my camera too much because I've sort of set everything to be where it needs to be when I run my sessions. So I know the bubbles activity is so much fun, and I thought I should definitely demo that one again and explain it, I guess, a little bit more, just so that's a bit more helpful for all of you. So as you all have seen in the previous part of the video, where I show you that I have my settings window open, and I will usually look for where I put my bubbles activity. And once I find it, I go, all my learners already know what it is when they see a blue screen. So they love this activity. So basically, I have my settings window open, and all I'm doing is clicking the next arrow because I've uploaded them in this sequential order. So, I would have my finger on the next arrow right now, and then I would wait to hear the learner go, look, there's a bubble. And then I can go back, and it looks like I'm popping it. I just popped the bubble. So for the boat activity, if you wanted to be able to pull things out of the water, you would need to put a green pocket. And the nice thing about the water one is that you have some flexibility in where you put it because there's not one specific opening. I could get water from here, from here, from here, from here. There's a lot of different areas. So I have one set actually right here. Let me show you. This is my pocket. That is my boat pocket. So going back to the activity, if we are having a session and I could easily just reach inside in the water and pull out, what is it? An orca. I pulled an orca out from the water and I can of course just put it back. And it was just slide right into my green pocket. That looks like it's going in the water. That's it. It's really simple. You can also put tape behind different manipulatives and put them in your boat. Or even you put things in the forest. You can do whatever you want for this one. Then for activities like feeding a shark or a dinosaur, anything that your learner wants, your pocket would need to be more precisely aligned at this point because, of course, this is where the shark's mouth is, not over here or over here. Like this one needs to be a bit more precise. So I'll show you what that looks like. So without the green screen, I made it so it's right here. So going back to the activity, it aligned perfectly. I usually do all of this right before my session. I sort of test out where everything is just to make sure that I don't have any problems when it happens because we don't want to put apples in the shark's nose. We want it in his mouth. For this pizza activity, I wanted to show you how I run it and also explain a little bit more in detail on the logistics of running it and what I do. So I have my pizza crust here, of course, and I have my bowl that I usually will prep and put different targets in. So I will show you what that looks like without the green screen background. So this right here is where the bowl opening is. So going back to the activity, I would pretend to put on the tomato sauce with my learner. So I would just click the next arrow. Ready, set, go. Tomato sauce, and then the cheese. Just simple as that. And then, of course, I would reach into my bowl, which they think is really cool too. And I say, oh, look, what's in the bowl? And then 18, and then I would put it on the pizza just like that. There's just a little bit of tape on it, so that's how I get it to stick to my green screen. And then I'll keep going and we'll make this pizza. And it's just a fun way to run, some programs through teletherapy. So I really like this activity. So I really hope that this video was helpful and that I got to answer some of your questions that you've commented before. Let me know if you have any more questions, of course. I'll be really happy to answer them. I know one question also is, where do I get these backgrounds? Of course, you can just Google image some like the beach. You could just search beach or even like Disneyland. The choices are endless. For maybe more structured or sequential activities, there are some online. If you go on Teachers Pay Teachers and you click and you type in green screen backgrounds and you can filter free, there's a bunch of freebies. I actually have a Teachers Pay Teachers account called Dream Creative, and I have a bunch of really nice freebies on there. So if you need any, feel free to grab those. There, of course, are different activities from different teacher authors on TPT, so that's sort of fun to look through. Of course, you can always make your own as well, so that's another option for you. So thank you for watching my video. I'm so happy to share this green screen idea with all of you. And, I also want to mention that PlaySparkToys, which is an account started by an SLP and OT, they are really the ones that sparked this green screen movement. So if you do have any more questions or maybe like some more ideas on different activities, you can search them up on Facebook or YouTube. There's great videos on there of different ways to run green screen activities. And yeah, they're amazing. And they also sell a great green screen starter kit on their website. And I'll link it below just if you want to check it out. Thanks.